Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
The Rock and Review, we're on location at Franklin Theater in Franklin, Tennessee, and I've got the Bacon Brothers with me, Michael and Kevin, and thanks for joining the show, guys.
Nice to be here.
So you've got a brand new album out that just came out in June, the Bacon Brothers, and I've really liked your previous albums, but this is kind of a departure with like Tom Petty t-shirt, and we were talking about some of the other songs. How did you guys end up going this direction with the album?
I'm not so sure we really got it far enough along to even decide on a direction. I think the band, I think for both of us, it's almost the other way around. The band kind of leads us, and we try to, point it in certain directions, and it ignores us. So, I mean, the record is, we just happened to play a gig with G.E. Smith, and he happened to say, I want to produce that song, I have some ideas.
Right.
So we went in the studio with him. We did 5 tracks with him?
We did 5 with him, yeah.
And then we also had 4 or 5 tracks in the can that we'd recorded at my college, Lehman Studios, which are more video oriented. So
Gotcha.
all of a sudden we turned around, there's a record ready to go, and those are the songs that are on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, and like we were talking before the camera started rolling, all of the songs are great, although, Broken Glass I thought was incredible, and also Shaken. You really got a lot of depth of songs here. I mean, for our viewers, they're obviously huge music fans, and you guys are award-winning in each of your fields even before you play together as a band, which is kind of interesting. It's like that you come together musically and still go out on tour just for fun as brothers. And I can really hear it in your harmonies too.
Yeah, we love to sing harmonies.
We always think about the songs as the reason that puts us out on the road. It's because you write it, you sit there, you sing it to yourself, and then you go, I think I'm going to see what somebody else is going to say about this. So you play it for your wife, and she's like this, and then you say, well, I'll play it for my brother, and then bring it to the band, or you demo it, or whatever, and eventually you're like, I have this thing. You want to share it with more than a few people. So that's really what playing live is about. It's about saying, here's this song that I created, and I want to share it with you. Just bounce it off you and see if it makes you feel anything.
How cool! That's a neat test. I was going to bring up, in case our viewers didn't know, also that you guys started out kind of playing together, as a charity thing back in 1995, and then it's just kind of progressed on.
We love that story, but it's hypocrisy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fill me in.
Well, we started playing, and we have to make sure that we call our publicist to clear this up, because this has been about the fifth interview recently where people have asked us if we started from charity. We have done lots of charity shows,
right?
But our very first show was really a kid that I grew up with in our hometown of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He heard some demos that we were doing. We were trying to pitch songs to other artists, basically, or try to get songs into my movies. So we had probably 5 or 6 songs on a demo, and he heard it and said, call yourselves the Bacon Brothers, come down to Philly and play a show, and I'll promote it. And that's really how we started.
How old were you guys when that happened? Like, what year was that?
Yeah, we weren't kids. Yeah,
95, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
But were you guys playing music as kids too?
Yeah, we always did that. I can't remember the time that Kevin and I weren't playing music together, and I was in a jug band with my sister when I was in high school. So music was a big part of our household.
Right.
So it's a very natural thing for us to play music and write songs together.
And Michael lived in Nashville.
Oh yeah, and still writing songs and all the stuff that you've scored, including the Kennedys. Mm-hmm. So some big stuff.
Yeah. I've been very lucky. This phone rings, and sometimes there's a job in the other end of the line, so that's
Which
good.
is always a good thing.
Yeah,
now I can't help but talk guitars a little bit. You were talking that you have sort of switched from going the Fender route to playing Gibson ES335 now.
Right. And the way that happened is Kevin had an appearance on the Jimmy Fallon show, and they asked the band to come play our new single, Tom Petty T-shirt, and then they also did what is it called?
It's called First Drafts of Rock.
First Drafts, right.
It's like a spoof of an old rock song,
Oh,
basically.
neat.
Yeah.
So we did American Woman, and I played the goofy guitar player, and what was really cool is I begged them just to let me play.
Yeah.
Because the Roots are playing here, and everybody's lip syncing, but I actually did play, so that was really
Right.
good. But I had to get a Gibson ES335 because that's what was in the video, and in the Fallon show, everything has to be perfect.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I just was playing this thing, and I just fell in love with it. my Strat just didn't do it for me anymore.
Wow.
So I went out and spent the baby's milk money.
And got a nice 84
Yeah,
Gibson.
84.
That's a great guitar, though.
Yeah, it's
very versatile.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, then, and Kevin, we were talking about with you that you're mainly playing the Taylors out on the road.
Play the Taylors on the road. Yeah, I have some other stuff at home, but some old Martins and old Gibsons and stuff. But I really love guitars. I wish I could play them well. Any guitar.
You get to tour with them.
I do.
You know.
I get to hold them. You know, we often joke that my guitar is not actually in the mix.
Oh,
it's not actually in the
yeah,
house.
but you know, on the album, you know, and when you buy and or download the album, I hope you buy it because it does have the lyric book and also the credit book inside. But you look like a rock star here. You know, you're on the front, and then Michael's on the back. You guys both look like rock stars.
Well, that night we were. That was taken at a live show, and we played. What did we? Oh, we played
last time.
Last time.
It was that was a benefit.
That was a benefit.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was real, and we saw the pictures, and the record's just about to come out. And one of the hardest things is taking pictures because it's really boring to do,
Right.
and it's time consuming, and it's just.
Yeah, but you guys look so natural, though.
That's the thing. This woman was just shooting it, and everything she shot was great. So there was a record company.
Well, you know, we were talking before the interview started rolling too that, you know, we all agree it's kind of a loss now to where a lot of times you hear the great songs, just like with you guys having G.E. Smith involved in this, and people have no idea who played on the songs.
Right. Yeah.
And you guys sort of changed that up by adding in this booklet.
Yeah, I wish there was a time when iTunes had this thing where you would buy a record on iTunes and it would come with a digital booklet.
right, yeah.
And they just kind of stopped doing it. And, you know, to me, it's just a shame that a musician, because even when I was a kid, long before I was even in a band, I loved looking at an album and seeing the connections between people, you know, oh, wow, you know, that's Russ Kunkel, oh, he was on that, and then he was on this too, and this, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
those kinds of things, it's just not fair. You know, it's one of the things that really bothers me about the streaming thing.
Well, you know, and I'm like you guys to where, you know, growing up when you had the vinyl albums, you would have those lyric sheets and the credits, and then you're going, okay, well, if he played on here, then maybe he played on that, and then you would try and seek those things out.
Sure.
And the sidemen could actually help sell a record.
Oh, totally.
You know, if Kenny Buttrey's on the Bob Dylan record, the next time you see him on a record, you're probably going to go there too.
Right. Well, you know, and like when I was going through, you know, listening to your music and seeing that G.E. Smith, it's like, okay, well, I know G.E. Smith. He has Signature Model Telecaster, Saturday Night Live, Hall & Oates. It's like, that's pretty impressive. You know, and you guys put together a great band besides the work you guys do together. And it has that brotherly vibe. You know what I mean?
I think so, yeah.
With the harmonies and just the way you guys play, you guys are very good at leaving space for each other, I think, on the songs.
Good, thanks.
That's
That's what we try.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah, and I hope you get a lot of hits off this. Like we were talking, Tom Petty T-shirt already getting a lot of play. Broken Glass, The Garden, I thought was a great song also.
Thanks.
You know, just sort of listening to it, you guys got a lot of hits on here, huh?
Well, let's hope so. That's what we're trying to do.
You hear that, folks?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, the Bacon Brothers, which, you know, it probably took a lot of time coming up with the name, right, for the album?
That was terrible.
We didn't even come up with it.
Because you guys, you know, I was talking about your past album that was so good, and it's like, you know, and then this one I thought, well, shouldn't this have been the first album? It's like, you know.
Yes, that would have made sense.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know.
I think what happened was, one of the things whenever you name a record, you are going to be talking about that for the next year.
Sure.
And it needs to be something that you've got something to talk about. And for some reason, we went through all the songs, all the lyrics, and we couldn't find one kind of thing which felt like represented what the song was, and also that we could, you know, expound upon for a whole year in interviews and stuff. So we decided it's time to just not do that and just name it our.
I thought it was fun though, but when I got it at first, I thought, is this a joke? It's like, but also, you know, the Tom Petty song. Don't you think that's very poignant with the passing of Tom? You know, and it's been I know it's made me go back and listen to a lot more of the Tom Petty music.
I was thrilled. We did a guest DJ thing on Tom Petty Radio on Sirius.
I saw that.
And, you know, I'm a giant Tom Petty fan. So many songs. And when you start digging in and you have to pick, and it was an hour or 2 hours worth of music, I was just completely overwhelmed going, wow, there's that one, and 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 that's without even going into any deep stuff. You know? So
Yeah,
it was-
back to Mudcrutch and everything.
yeah, back to Mudcrutch, yeah, and the solo albums, and it was fun to do.
How incredible. Well, I'll tell you what, pick up a copy. The Bacon Brothers, you guys are on Facebook and social media and everything too. And you're doing the tour. You're playing here in Franklin at the Franklin Theater.
Which
And you
is a beautiful theater, by the way. It's
Yeah.
it's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice out here.
It's kind of like a funny, it's like got that little town vibe still, you know?
Definitely.
And so you guys will be here on Wednesday night and then doing the show tonight. And then hopefully you'll come back in, right?
I hope so.
Chattanooga tomorrow night, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're going to Chattanooga
Yeah.
on Tuesday and then back here on Wednesday.
You'll have to go down to the Songbirds Guitar Museum.
That's where we're playing.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Oh,
sounds
that'll be
really
great.
neat.
Yeah.
Good venue.
Is it?
Yeah, you guys will dig it, especially with all the vintage guitars around. There might be a few other 335s there.
Okay, I'll
Just
check them
warning
out. Yeah.
Be sure and check them out. The Bacon Brothers, the brand new album is out now. Download it, buy it, and go see Michael and Kevin on the road also. They put on a great show with an incredible band. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rockin' Review. Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rockin' Review.
The Rockin' Review, we're on location at Franklin Theater in Franklin, Tennessee, and I've got the Bacon Brothers with me, Michael and Kevin, and thanks for joining the show, guys.
Nice to be here.
So you've got a brand new album out that just came out in June, the Bacon Brothers, and I've really liked your previous albums, but this is kind of a departure with like Tom Petty t-shirt, and we were talking about some of the other songs. How did you guys end up going this direction with the album?
I'm not so sure we really got it far enough along to even decide on a direction. I think the band, I think for both of us, it's almost the other way around. The band kind of leads us, and we try to, point it in certain directions, and it ignores us. So, I mean, the record we just happened to play a gig with G.E. Smith, and he happened to say, I want to produce that song, I have some ideas.
Right.
So we went in the studio with him. We did 5 tracks with him?
We did 5 with him, yeah.
And then we also had 4 or 5 tracks in the can that we'd recorded at my college, Lehman Studios, which are more video oriented. So
Gotcha.
all of a sudden we turned around, there's a record ready to go, and those are the songs that are on it.
You guys put together a great band besides the work you guys do together, and it has that brotherly vibe, you know what I mean?
I think so, yeah.
With the harmonies and just the way you guys play, you guys are very good at leaving space for each other, I think, on the songs.
Good, thanks.
That's
That's what we try.
That's a great compliment.
Yeah, and I hope you get a lot of hits off this. Like we were talking, Tom Petty T-shirt already getting a lot of play. Broken Glass, The Garden, I thought was a great song also.
Thanks.
Just sort of listening to it, you guys got a lot of hits on here, huh?
Well, let's hope so. That's what we're trying to do.
You hear that, folks?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Bacon Brothers, which, it probably took a lot of time coming up with the name, right, for the album?
That was terrible.
We didn't even come up with it.
Be sure and check them out. The Bacon Brothers, the brand new album is out now. Download it, buy it, and go see Michael and Kevin on the road also. They put on a great show with an incredible band. Thanks for watching the Rockin' Review.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.